I told you I was gonna do a stream in regards to I don't know what that was. Hey, it's funny, like, at the end of the day, I'm really starting to see what time it is with a lot of people, just on a lot of different things, because like I said before, I'm really just starting to see a lot of things. And I'm just evaluating, I'm taking notes. I'm really like taking notes. you know um I gotta be cool. I'm gonna try to make sure I don't. Hey, what's up? I gotta make sure I don't go too buck wild on this stream and stuff, because I don't feel like having to appeal this and try to get it monetized and all this kind of stuff. But I am gonna talk about the fight, or what, or lack it was, because I got a chance to watch whatever that was that occurred last night. And it's funny now, all of a sudden you got these super militant dudes trying to save face with Floyd, a dude who never like really had our back. He only wants to play the brother card when it's convenient for him. And at the end of the day, that dude Logan Paul got paid $20 million. One, I don't think the numbers are going to be good, because they had to give away tickets. And you had a bunch of Floyd trolls coming on my channel lying. I know for a fact they was giving away tickets. The fight wasn't selling that good. Then you had all these glitches with people trying to order it, and they got their money took. So Showtime is going to have to give a lot of people their money back. Oh, appreciate that. Appreciate that. Yeah, appreciate the donations. Once again, like I tell everybody, every donation I get go into going to see these fights. So like I said, this is the operation. This is what paid for the fights. I any Floyd Mayweather apologists come on here trying to troll, just instantly block them. Instantly. Because we gonna speak truth and we gonna speak facts. Now, I know it was some people that got granted a media credential, and they want to stay in good with the PBC and all that kind of stuff. Like I told Showtime, I personally told Showtime that I wasn't gonna cover this fight. I sent them an email, and they might be mad at me, but I don't care. Like I said, I'm gonna be truthful. I had no desire to cover this fight and talk about it, and I wasn't. And then after watching it, it was even more of a travesty that people's money got took. And then the thing is, watching a scripted exhibition match. And I'm just tired of this with Floyd. And like I say, now all of a sudden people want to try to protect Floyd now. And I seen what he did. Appreciate that, man. And I appreciate that there were some people that was just telling the truth. And like I said before, I didn't want no parts of that. But like I say, now all of a sudden people trying to say Floyd has continued to ruin his legacy. And the thing is, what's a travesty about it? Like I said, Logan Paul got paid $20 million for that. And Floyd ain't never gave any fighter, with the exception of Manny Pacquiao, $20 million, or Conor McGregor, two fighters who happen not to be black. And that's what Floyd plays off of. He plays off the racism and the hatred people have towards him. And like I said, there were people actually believing that Floyd Mayweather was going to lose to Logan Paul. How many times have you seen this? Floyd is not going to let anybody beat him, because he's predicated off keeping that 50-0 and keeping his image as one of the pure boxers that ever did it alive. Like I said, why would anybody think that he was going to be knocked out by Logan Paul? Logan Paul has no boxing skills, and Floyd once again carried him, because he ran out of gas by like the third round. And once again, his brother is just even bigger, and his brother bigger fraud than he is. And it just go, and I'm gonna speak on fake Paul calling out Canelo. And then the thing is with Showtime want to really kill their credibility. And I hope they don't try to make you pay money to see fake Paul versus Tyrone. And I laugh at the fact that fake Paul sit up there talking all this stuff. Like, he talk like he in the same category with Crawford or something. This is a dude that did fought an MMA fighter that really didn't have no boxing background. He fight a 39-year-old Tyron Woodley, who coming off a loss to another white. Got him a lot of security. I'll give him credit for that. Hey, funny thing is, he got the two black ones walking in front of him. So like if somebody, go, Lee Harvey Oswald on him, even though Lee Harvey Oswald didn't really, do what he did to JFK. Basically, the black dudes get sacrificed first. But that's how, And then I'm laughing at fake Paul because this dude act like he the white savior or something. He really think too high of himself. Oh, you should be thanking me. This is your big typical talk of a slave master and a white supremacist. That they always think that they doing black people a favor. Like, dude, get out talking about he should be Tyrone Woodley should be thanking because this is his biggest payday and all this stuff. Man, get out of here, dude. You a clown. And like I said before, I want him to go fight Canelo because, like I said, that's going to end bad for him. And as far as Logan Paul go, I keep telling you, Logan Paul got too much muscle mass. And I keep telling you, the average boxer would beat the hell out of him. And then at the end of the day, I'm going to say another name that everybody is scared to talk about. Well, I ain't gonna say scared, but they want to always keep kissing his ass because I want to lose my press credentials. I guess because people finally got back up in there. Now they want to try to sell this fight exhibition as a extravaganza, and it wasn't. It was a train wreck. But like I said, where there's Floyd Mayweather, there's Al Heyman. And like I said, Al Heyman signed off on this. And like I keep saying, I'm gonna keep saying what a lot of dudes are afraid to say. Like I say, Floyd and Al Heyman, they in on this. So it just goes to show you that Al Heyman don't respect his roster of boxers. Like I said before, while Al Heyman's sitting up here holding up fights, while he won't let none of his PBC guys go fight Bud, because that's the fact. And you know what I'm saying? I'm not worried about no PBC apologists getting mad because that's the truth. He won't let none of his PBC guys fight Bud. And then if I'm Bud, I'm looking at Al Heyman like, why should I go to the PBC? And the thing is, Floyd always make everybody take a backseat to him. You got to ask yourself, if you a fighter, if you a boxer, like I said, that went through the ranks, started and came up in the amateur ranks. Let's just say you didn't had 20 professional fights. Once again, you ain't even touched 100,000, and you didn't had 20 fights, but you got some white boy that's a YouTuber come out the gate and make $20 million. That Al Heyman and Floyd Mayweather paid $20 million for an exhibition match. But you, a professional boxer, you fight. That's your livelihood. That's your living. And like I said, I already know them PBC dudes, they go speak out against Al Heyman and Floyd Mayweather paying this clown $20 million, but I will. I'll say what everybody else is afraid to say. Oh yeah, and I saw what he did to Blue Blood when Blue Blood had to basically chase him down to get an answer from him. That's what Floyd do. And he always, and for the most part, he always do that to black media. Because like I said, I used to defend Floyd on a regular basis too. Like I said, I'll defend Floyd as a fighter, but as a person, nah. And that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I said dude's name. I seen what he did. And you know what? That's the second time Floyd did that. Because Floyd did that to me before. Where I tried to interview him and he started yelling at me for no reason. And you know, like I said, I ain't gonna be able to get to Floyd, and I'm, you know what I'm saying, all them bodyguards he got. So I mean, I just walked away. But he does that a lot. But then you guys will sit up there and make any type of video once again, and this is what I'm saying about you dudes. But then you'll make every video complaining and whining about either Andre Ward or Bud Crawford. Oh, Bud don't speak to the media. Bud is but I ain't seen nobody make no videos about that, because I seen the video. I'm not finna keep chasing nobody down when they blatantly look at me right in the eye and act like they too good to answer a question. And like I said, and then you get these dudes, like I said, to try to play this super power to the people black card. But you know, Blue really don't go that route. But there's other dudes that do that stuff. Just like now, all of a sudden, Andre Ward got ridiculed. Everybody went after this man, called him every name but a child of God over the Deontay Wilder thing, when all he said was it wasn't even really that bad. And you had certain media people go after this man. But now all of a sudden you got people letting people come on their channel and talk about Deontay Wilder. But you went after Andre Ward, and that just goes to show you how fake a lot of these dudes is. Because like I said, I got a lot of information on these dudes that I want to put out, but I'm not gonna go that route because I'm done talking. I'm not making no threats over YouTube. I'm done with all that stuff. Because like I said, if you know what people really said about me behind the scenes and what people tried to do to me, and they think I don't know what they tried to do to me and what was said about me, people call me a double agent and all that stuff. Yeah, I can tell you who the real double agents is. People thought that I didn't know what they was doing, but I knew what they was doing. But nevertheless, let me get back to Floyd Mayweather. Like I said, I don't see nobody making videos about that. But like I said, every time I look around, somebody got something to say about anybody that's not on PBC. And that's why I stopped even paying attention to a lot of these dudes. Like I said, nobody don't want to tell the truth that this was a joke. Oh, well, it was an exhibition match, and nah, don't come with the excuses. Because like I said, Floyd got away with this with the Conor McGregor fight. So you know, at the end of the day, the thing is with Floyd keep doing this because he don't want nobody else to have no shine. As I said before, this is a brother that's jealous of other brothers. He don't want Errol Spence to really be the top dog. He roots against his own people. He rooted against Deontay Wilder. And he probably secretly rooting against Errol Spence. All that stuff about Floyd saying, I'm willing to help Errol Spence beat Manny Pacquiao. Man, I wouldn't be surprised if Floyd tried to go in there and try to tell Manny Pacquiao what Errol Spence is doing. And that's why, to a certain degree, people don't trust Floyd. That's why Wilder was like, man, I don't trust you. If you really wanted to work with me, why didn't you work with me going into the rematch with Tyson Fury? Now, after I lose, you talking about you want to help me. Like, man, I'm not trying to hear that stuff, man. For real. I'm not trying to hear that stuff. Now all of a sudden after he lose, I want to help Deontay Wilder. I want to help Tyrone Woodley. Like I said, man, Floyd know fake Paul, and he can't be trusted. Because I got a feeling that fake Paul is gonna probably get to fight Floyd eventually. And you know, it was funny. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Like I said, I wouldn't trust Floyd no further than I can throw that dude. Because like I said, he been doing this stuff. He root against his own people. Then he don't want to give his own people like a big payday. And he thinking he did something by giving Andre, Berto allegedly $6 million. But once again, you gave a white boy. You gave a white boy who is 0-1 as a professional fighter $20 million. But nobody wants to talk about that because I'm the only one that got the guts to talk about that. Like I said before, I did like covering boxing. I never said I didn't like covering boxing, getting the press credentials and all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, I wasn't going to sit up here and just constantly perpetrate a fraud. I never said I didn't like covering boxing. I always said that I liked covering fights. But then you had other dudes sitting up here, a lot of these other dudes sitting up here talking this macho man. I don't need no press credentials. I don't care about press credentials. But then I know for a fact that they secretly behind the scenes begging to get their press credentials back. And I'm waiting for this person to say something slick about me so I could just basically bury him in his YouTube channel all in one night. Because I got the pictures, I got everything. And the nigga know who he is. Say something about me, dude. Say something about me. Because like I said, I know what you did. I know what you did. And I know what you said. Like I said, I'm through. Like I said, I ain't making no threats. But I know what was did to me, and I know what people tried to do to me behind the scenes. And then what people don't understand, I pay attention to stuff when people tell me stuff. I really be catching stuff. Always, I want to give you guys a little tip. Always listen carefully when somebody tell you something. Listen very carefully. Just listen very carefully and then you'll be okay. But like I said before, it was so bad. I seen the fight. It got so bad, people was booing. And I mean, people was booing real bad because at the end of the day, once again, Floyd carried another dude. Floyd should have just knocked him out. And the media people is making fun of Floyd. Said, dang, man, this thing went on long enough. Knock this dude out. Once again, he carried the dude. This is what's going to happen if he fight Khabib. Or he might try to stop. And like I said before, why you want to show that dude mercy? Oh, I survived 8 rounds with Floyd Mayweather. Well, Floyd kind of now the controversy is that Floyd knocked what's-her-face out. I can't remember, but Floyd hit dude with something and he almost went down. Floyd almost knocked Joke Paul out. And Floyd kind of held him up so he wouldn't go down. So now dude go market himself. Yeah, I went 8 rounds with Floyd Mayweather. Well, Manny Pacquiao went 12. Andre Berto went 12. Robert Guerrero went 12. Big deal. You didn't get knocked out because Floyd chose not to knock you out. And like I said, he charged $50 for this stuff. Dude, you supposed to knock somebody out like that. You supposed to punish him. But like I said before, you gonna try to continue to sell this dude. Hey, put me in the ring with that dude. I bet you I'll take his. I bet you I'll take. I bet you I will take dude's head off. I might. Hey, for real, I might get on the ground after I knock him out. Like I said, neither one of the Paul brothers can fight. They can't fight worth nothing. And like I said, I'm laughing. Like I said, anybody that take fake Paul serious, something is wrong with you. If you take that dude serious as a boxer, you need to have your head examined. This dude is talking about, yeah, I'm gonna mess Tyron Woodley up. Well, you should, because like I said, once again, you're not fighting a real boxer. You fighting a 39-year-old 5'9" dude, but yet you won't go near Tyson Fury's brother. He better be glad I wasn't at. He better be glad I wasn't at that fight, because I would have pressed him. Floyd could have easily won that fight. Floyd could have ended that. Floyd would have got more respect if he would have just knocked the dude out. And you have people making videos, man, I think Floyd's hand is messed up. I think Floyd got a messed up hand. Like, man, what? Nothing wrong with that dude's hand, because they wore like 10 ounce gloves. And that just goes to show you, had they wore 8-ounce gloves, Floyd would have knocked dude out. Like, man, stop doing this. Like, it's just like I'm tired of seeing this stuff. I hope Manny Pacquiao don't resort to this when he retire. I really hope that Manny Pacquiao don't resort to this when he retire. I mean, who is Floyd gonna fight next and try to sell as a real fight? Jake from State Farm? That's gonna be his next fight? What? He gonna fight that white lady from Progressive Insurance? And he gonna try to sell that as a great fight? I mean, how many times do we gotta keep seeing this circus? I understood Muhammad Ali fighting an exhibition match with Lyle Alzado, but at least Lyle Alzado was a football player. And at the time, Muhammad Ali needed the money. But Floyd really don't need the money, because according to his net worth, according to the internet, they said that Floyd is worth like $1 billion. So if you a billionaire, why do you keep doing this stuff to yourself? Why can't you just be a stand-up promoter? Why don't you just try to build boxing around finding superstars? Why don't you try to make the best fights out there and give the fans the best fights they want? Like I said before, Floyd don't make no moves without Al Heyman. He don't make no moves without Al Heyman. And like I said, Al Heyman signed off on this stuff. Like I said, you cannot justify paying no YouTuber more than you pay an actual boxer. And, like I said, I took a lot of heat the day before yesterday. I had a bunch of Floyd apologists coming on my channel, like lying and being mad. Some chick came on there saying that I'm a nobody. Well, I must be somebody You watch and I wouldn't be surprised if she's somebody that worked for Floyd. Like I said, I'm waiting for somebody to tell me what happened I said about Floyd that's absolutely true. I already know it was a lot of empty seats. They was giving away tickets, and then they was also moving people up. I know people that was there. Why don't Floyd just fight Adrian Broner and just get it over with? Floyd versus Adrian Broner would do 1 million pay-per-views. I've been saying this. Why don't Floyd just fight Adrian Broner? They marketed that fight bragging rights for what? What type of bragging rights? Like I said, who in their right mind believed that Logan Paul? And then you had Ryan Garcia with his silly ass, walking alongside Fake Paul, because I told you Fake Paul is his homeboy. You know, Ryan Garcia, the same Ryan Garcia that won't fight Tank, the same Ryan Garcia that won't fight Devin Haney. And he actually said that Logan Paul was gonna knock Floyd out. And then you had Teddy Atlas saying that there's a chance that Logan Paul, nobody with common sense believed Logan Paul had a snowball's chance in hell of beating Floyd Mayweather. Floyd's stock went way down. That's another reason. And see, here's the thing. If Floyd thought that fight was really going to sell and do the numbers he thought it was going to do, why didn't Floyd sell that fight for like $100? Or like he did the Manny Pacquiao fight. Why didn't he sell that fight for like, I think the Andre Berto fight was like $70. That fight was like $50. Because Floyd knew it wasn't really going to do no numbers. So what he gonna try to do, he gonna say he was hoping, okay, if the fight do like 4 or 5 million pay-per-views, which it ain't. I don't even think that fight sold 1 million pay-per-views last night, even at $50. Because one, it was something that nobody asked for. And like I say, I'm just laughing because you got like I said, you got niggas that always got something to say. You got niggas who questioning, you got niggas that's questioning other, but then they ain't questioning Floyd. Like I said, this was a train wreck. It was just horrible. Like I said before, Floyd then resorted to fighting YouTubers, and then he overpaid. He overpaid. There is nobody that can sit up here and try to come on here and try to justify Floyd paying somebody $20 million. That's 0-1 as a professional fighter. That lost his, and then that's the thing. Do anybody not see anything wrong with this? You fought a YouTuber who tried to become a boxer. You paid him $20 million allegedly, and he lost his first professional fight. Like I said, but we already know that them PBC dudes ain't gonna call Al Haymon and Floyd Mayweather out. But they try to act like they so self-made. They try to act like they run the show. Oh, I'm my own boss. No, you ain't. No, you ain't. No, you ain't. No, you ain't. You get these PBC dudes that try to come on here and they try to say that they own boss. They run they own show. But at the end of the day, how come you can't make fights then? All you hear is excuses. All you hear is excuses. I'm my own boss. Well, why ain't we got Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence? Okay. Why we been wait? What like I said, I don't blame Bud for saying I don't want to fight him. Like I said, the dude went to the dude's fight in Dallas. They wouldn't even let Bud get in the ring to challenge him. But now he want to play the, well, it's on my time. But nobody, and that's what I say, a lot of these media dudes is fake. They fake. They want to make it like when Bud, as soon as Bud said, well, I don't have no interest. Well, oh, see, I told you Bud didn't really want to fight, but I was there. I went to Errol Spence versus Danny Garcia. Everybody knows Bud walked right past me. He tried to go get in the ring and challenge Errol Spence to a fight. And they wouldn't let Bud. But you telling everybody else you really trying to pursue that fight. But you let Pacquiao get in the ring. You let Pacquiao get in the ring, but you don't let Bud get in the ring. Then Bud waited for you at the hotel. Like I said, I was there. So hell yeah, Bud say I don't want to make the fight. It's like, man, you did like I done did everything to try to make this fight. But then you trying to treat me like I'm a chick and you trying to make it on your time. Look what's going on, you guys. Ain't nobody hardly said nothing about that goofy shit that Charlo said. But they try to play the pro back card with Bud. Nobody hardly said none of that blatant coonery that Jamel Charlo displayed. How he constantly chopping down a black dude, but he suck it up to Canelo. Like I said, you guys seeing it with your own eyes. You guys seeing it with your own eyes. Like I said before, I don't follow nobody's script. I don't follow no script I don't follow no script with no media stuff, and I ain't following no script with this boxing stuff. You seeing it with your own eyes. So I'm just saying, these dudes be killing me talking about they own boss. Man, no, they not. They fight when when Al Heyman set up a fight. So just stop it. Just stop it. Because here go the thing. Bud was the one that said, hey, Canelo ain't been fighting good black fighters. Nobody didn't make no videos talking about that, but at the end of the day, you had people like basically personally tearing this man down. But you know who the main culprits was. Like I said, man, I ain't worried about nobody, man, for real. Like I said, nobody tells me what to say on my channel. I don't work for nobody. I work for myself. I work for my damn self. But like I said, you seeing it with your own eyes. The inconsistency. I was one of the very few people that said, hey, Bud said Canelo don't fight brothers. You didn't see nobody hardly making no videos about that. But then, Andre Ward, you saw a whole bunch of videos. Andre Ward attacks Deontay Wilder, which he didn't. He just gave his opinion, but people tried to turn it into some stuff, you know what I'm saying, that he basically, tried to disrespect Deontay Wilder. But people that said way worse stuff about Deontay Wilder. Which I mess with Deontay Wilder. It was very few people that covered that. But like I say, soon as somebody else that ain't affiliated, and it's not just Top Rank, it's anybody. Al Heyman ain't the standard for blackness because, like I said, Al Heyman don't give a damn about no blackness. He's not no pro-black dude. He's pro-green. And he did prove that on several occasions. Don't try to play that chopping down a black man stuff with me when y'all didn't constantly chop down black fighters. Any black fighter that wasn't with PBC they got chopped down. Nobody ain't fighting for Demetrius Andrade. I am. When I say I'll fight for all black fighters, I'm the one that was fighting for Gary Russell Jr. And I was fighting for Gary Russell Jr. way before that situation happened with Devin Haney. Way before. Because I like the Russells. I like Gary Russell Jr. Like I said before, what is you supposed to do when you've been trying to fight a dude for like 3 years? And then you know that they're going to try to offer you a measly 20 to 30%. And they trying to devalue you. But nobody wants to talk about that. And once again, they trying to play that black shit. And that's what I'm saying. You can't play that black shit with me. Because one thing about me, I've been consistent. I've been consistent with my stance on everything. So, I'm just saying. As long as Floyd continue to fight these type of fights, he won't get a penny from me. And like I said, I'm laughing now. Everybody, all of a sudden now they want to protect Floyd. All of a sudden now they want to protect Floyd. And keep in mind, Floyd is the same dude that said out his own mouth. Keep in mind, Floyd is the same dude that said out of his own mouth that me and Al Heyman, he said this 2 years ago. He said me and Al, we ain't ready to make the Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford fight. We not ready. Derek James said out of his own mouth that they really ain't interested in fighting Bud because Bud don't got a storyline. See, PBC have of, publicity and, access. And then, Bud, he really don't talk to the media that much, which I don't hold against him. Like I said before, I can't make Bud talk to me. I didn't talk to him off camera. I didn't talk to him on camera. He just a workhorse. He just a blue-collar lunch pail fighter. And like I said, I will give Errol Spence credit. Errol Spence know how to market himself. He's more accessible. So, of course, when you see Errol Spence always talking to the media, no matter who it is, then, yeah, of course. Like I said, that's how PBC market their fighters and try to sell their fighters. So, I'm just keeping it a buck. And like I said, I don't have nothing personal against Errol Spence, and I'm gonna say that again. I don't have nothing personal against Errol Spence. I will go to his fights because, like I said, I plan on going to Errol Spence versus Manny Pacquiao, and I'm gonna be rooting for Errol Spence. Like I said, I'm not gonna be doing like how some of these dudes was rooting for Manny Pacquiao over Keith Thurman. But keep in mind, they supposed to be so power to the people. That's just all I'm saying. Wow, I made it. Hey, I made it through this stream without saying one F-bomb or, which is cool. So, like I said before. Like I said, I talked to several people when I was covering these fights behind the scenes. And then, see, what happened is, let me tell you what happened, why people started, why people got mad at me, why people started turning on me, because they accused me of being off code because I was telling the truth. When I was talking to people with the WBC, when I was talking with people with the WBA, when I was talking with people from the WBO, when they were saying, well, it's the PBC that really been holding up the fight with Bud versus Errol Spence. And I put that out there, and a lot of people got mad at me and accused me of being off code because they wanted me to lie. Because basically what they wanted me to do, they wanted me to try to destroy Bud's reputation. They wanted me to try to destroy his image. But I wasn't going to do it because, like I said, I'm my own man. And that was the plot with a lot of dudes that they don't want you to know. That they don't want you to know. That was the whole idea. And all it really came down to was about certain people being mad because they was getting denied credentials for certain top rank events, and they wasn't getting access to Bud and all that kind of stuff. So that's where a lot of this started. It was personal. So what people tried to do is they tried to coerce and basically collab on trying to destroy Bud and leading these fake charges and crusades against Terrence Crawford. Oh, y'all gonna hear the truth tonight or today, wherever you is. Oh, you gonna hear the truth today. That's what this was all about. That's what it was all about. It would, instead of shame the devil, it was shame the brother. It was all it was that certain people had a personal vendetta. So that's how a lot of this started. And then you had people back and forth and, backdooring people back and forth and stuff, like I said, you had people trying to sit up there and try to mess with me. And that's what it was all about. People got mad because I didn't play the go along to get along gang, as Kwame Brown would say. I didn't join the go along to get along gang. Like I said before, I called it right down the middle, and I'm gonna continue to call it right down the middle. And that's what it was all about. Yeah, like I said, man, people can't keep it trill to save their life. But that's what this was really all about. And like I said, people showing they makeup now. You had a problem with Andre Ward speaking out or saying stuff about Deontay Wilder, which he never said nothing bad. He didn't say Deontay Wilder was a coward and all that kind of stuff. He gave his opinion. He thought that Tyson Fury won the fight. But here's the thing. What about all the PBC dudes that thought Tyson Fury won the first fight with Wilder? Why didn't you go after them? Like I said, you singled out Andre Ward. Just like ain't nobody hardly saying nothing about that blatant display of coonery that Jamel Charlo show been showing. This is a man that talked about called somebody's father stupid. But like I said, the pro-black fighter brigade ain't nowhere to be found. Like I told you. You seeing it with your own eyes. I'm waiting for somebody to tell me what happened I said is absolutely true. What happened I said in this video is absolutely true. This is what's been getting done. This is what's been getting done. Don't go against the grain. Man, Jamel been talking like that, man. He been talking like that. He just get a pass. But like I said, let Bud say something like all lives matter. There you go see several people sitting up behind their fake ass computer. See, I told you. I told you. This is what I've been saying about guys like Terrence Crawford. This is what I've been saying about guys like Dimitri Andrade. But all of a sudden, you don't have that same vitriol for Jamel. So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. The proof is in the pudding. I'm waiting for somebody to come on here and say that I'm lying. You can't, because I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to be acquitted because the glove don't fit. You know why? Because I never did it in the first place. That's why. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Just like OJ didn't kill them people. For real. I don't need to be acquitted. That's real, because like I said, like Shaggy say, wasn't me. Wasn't me. My PayPal, shit, I forgot. My Cash App is the $ town 74. I forgot what my PayPal is. I don't even hardly use the PayPal. You better off using this or the PayPal. I mean, excuse me, or the Cash App. The Cash App is $ town 74. So yeah. Because I want y'all to remember something else. When I was covering these fights, like I said, the next time I do a stream, you can donate to the stream, and you can donate to this, you can donate right here. What I'll do later on, I'll get on my computer and I'll link my Cash App. I'll link my PayPal to the video. But appreciate all the donations. Appreciate all that. Yeah. So I'll link it later on. Don't worry about it. It ain't a big deal. But yeah, man. Like I said before, man, you seeing a lot of these dudes makeup. Like I said before, have I ever made a video like trying to taunt anybody because they didn't get a fight? Have I ever secretly made a video saying bad news for so-and-so, he don't get the fight? Anybody that make a video like that, they taunting the dude. They taunting the dude. They against the dude, but they trying to pretend like they are. I would never make no video taunting another black fighter, no matter how much I like him or don't like him. Like I said, Floyd don't give a damn what I think about him, and I don't give a damn what he think about me or my channel. I don't give a damn what people think about me or my channel, because I'm still gonna put the content out that I want to put out. If I get blackballed or whiteballed, then so be it. But I'm not finna sit up here and lie to my audience. I'm not finna follow no script. That was a joke what happened last night. And you shouldn't even have had to pay for that. You shouldn't even have had to pay for that. But now all of a sudden people want to try to change the narrative. Oh man, well that was an exhibition match, so I ain't really go hold it against Floyd. I'm gonna hold it against Floyd. But because you paying a white boy with no boxing background more than you paying a actual fighter who get in the ring for a living. Yeah, I'm gonna hold it against you, Floyd. Don't try to throw that black fist up when it's convenient for you. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. Paul and his brother. It's just time for somebody to get rid of them, stop carrying them. But like I said, Fake Paul, and I'm going to tell you something about Fake Paul too. Don't get caught up in that stuff that he be talking like he this superstar. Man, that Triller fight flopped. And I'm going to tell you why. You know how I know that Triller fight flopped? Because if the Triller fight would have did the numbers that they said it did, why? This is what I need somebody to help me understand. If the Triller fight would have did the numbers that they said that it did, the 1.5, why they let Fake Paul walk? Why did they let him walk to Showtime? Why was they trying to sue anybody that streamed that fight? And once again, that fight was in Atlanta. Wasn't nobody at that fight. Did nobody come to that fight? Did nobody come to that fight in Atlanta? And Atlanta been open to public events for a while. The Hawks was allowed to have, from my understanding, live spectators the whole season. Nobody came to that fight. I got people in Atlanta. Nobody went to that fight. Nobody bought no tickets. It didn't sell. See, that's what I would do if I seen somebody like Fake Paul, because I'd make him mad. What he gonna do? Get a security team to get on me? What, they gonna try to fight me because I'm asking him a real question? That fight flopped. That Ben Askren fight flopped. It didn't sell. That's why Showtime picked him up. Because it flopped. Fake Paul knows it. Triller knows it. And anybody with common sense knows it. Like I said, they don't got the fan base that they think they got. Just because you got 11 million YouTube followers or 20 million YouTube followers, you think every last one of them is going like buy your fight? You really banking on that? And like I said, Fake Paul, his next fight is gonna flop, especially if they try to put it on pay-per-view. And it ain't, and I promise you it ain't gonna sell. Because people know what time it is. The funny thing is, yeah, you got a lot of white supremacists that support Fake Paul, but then there's a lot of boxing purists that can't stand that dude that happen to be white. It's people that want something bad running. You running from 56-year-old Kendall Gale. You running from Tommy Fury. But then you trying to talk all this cachet stuff. Yeah, I'm going to mess Woodley up. I'm going to mess Woodley up. I'm going to mess Woodley up. Man, you should. We know you go pay Woodley something under the table to, like, for him to basically take another dive like Ben Askren. We know you is. Like I already said, the Fake Paul thing, that's already getting tired. And the thing is with these dudes, these so-called boxing media who talk this purity stuff, like, for real, you done made this dude more famous than what he should be, because you have anointed him an actual boxer when he isn't. If he would just call himself a celebrity boxer and stop trying to pretend that he a professional boxer, then I think most people would be okay with him fighting the dudes that he fights. But he wants to portray himself as a professional boxer, but he won't fight a real fighter. And he a punk. He looked like he was finna piss on himself when Daniel Cormier got up in his face. That's another reason why he hired more security. He looked like he was about to piss on himself. Eyes got all wide open. He was like, man, I hope this big black dude. And then another thing that I don't like, I could tell that white boy be saying the N-word, because he almost slipped up and said the N-word when he was doing that interview with Fight Hype, because I could tell it almost came out his mouth. But he didn't say that before on some of his old videos. At the end of the day, he a culture vulture. But the funny thing is, it's gonna be hard for me to support Tyron Woodley, because Tyron Woodley was on some coon shit a long time ago. Well, not a long time ago, like about 2 or 3 years ago. I'm gonna talk about that in a solo video. But anyway, at the job, appreciate everybody tapping in. Appreciate the love and support. Like I told you, keep watching the videos. I'll leave my PayPal if you want to donate to PayPal. I'll link it up later. So thank you for tapping in. Thanks for the support. Keep watching these videos, because like I said, these videos pay for me to go to these fights. So you guys are the operation. Appreciate the love.